and welcome back to John De Silva Photography. Today, I am in Angor Wat, Cambodia, this beautiful UNESCO World Heritage Site. Take a look at it. Almost 1,000 years old. One of the biggest, most advanced civilizations on the planet during its time. It's undergoing a lot of restoration. Gotta watch my step here. It's a long way down. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at images that I made and going through them, discussing them, hoping that the discussion will help you make better photographs. And remember, if there are any photographs here that you see that you like, you can let me know. They are available. Also, my photography services for weddings, events, everything you may need, family photos. I am available for that as well. So let's get looking at the pictures. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you after the review. It was so interesting with the woman coming out of her home. Basically, it looks like in her pajamas and slippers, and buying something from some morning breakfast from this motorcycle vendor, which you see a lot of in the town of Siem Reap and around Southeast Asia in general. And the gentleman in the middle ground there cleaning off his sidewalk and rinsing off his feet there, and the reflection in the water, it just makes for a very dynamic street scene. The next image is there's a small street, small dirt road with 3 or 4 furniture manufacturing businesses side by side, workshops, and they're building doors, couches, tables, chairs, bed stands, all kinds of things. And it was really fascinating to stand there and watch for a while as this was going on. The lighting here is perfect. It's lighting up the work he's doing, his face, the tools he's using, and then off to the right, you'll see some doors stacked and some canisters. And then as you go deeper into the shop, you lose more and more light, and that's perfect because you want the focus to be on what your subject is. And at this point in this picture, it is the gentleman spraying down the boards. The next image has a really good close-up of some donuts. Again, another motorcycle/scooter vendor. This is commonplace here in Siem Reap, Cambodia. The rest of the image falls softly out of focus, which is what you want in a situation like this when the subject is filling the frame. No, I did not have any of those donuts. I was tempted, but I did not. The next image, just walking around Siem Reap or a certain neighborhood of Siem Reap, I thought there were 3 elements in this image that were compelling to me. The dog in the lower left, the red smallish dumpster in the middle, and off to the right, you'll see a rack of clothing just out in the grass right before the bushes there. And I found this just I was so inquisitive about it. What is a rack of full clothing doing out there like you would find in a store or a secondhand shop or anything? I just found it interesting, and the dog and his expression, for lack of a better word, its expression, just captured my interest. So the next image is coconuts. As I was walking down this dirt road, it seemed like it was a commercial, maybe / industrial area, and there was a whole bunch of people, like trucks coming in full of coconuts, and then they were processing them, removing the husks. So all that was left was the insides of the coconut, and this is a whole bunch of them in this warehouse, for lack of a better word. It's an open warehouse, and they allowed me in, and I gestured. They were very friendly to me, and I walked in, and they were curious about what I was doing, my photography, and I found this to be a very interesting photograph. It came out quite nicely as I wanted in. Going to the archaeological ruins, and there are many in Siem Reap, not just Angkor Wat. There's tons of them. As a matter of fact, where the Tomb Raider movies were filmed, they used a lot of those areas as sets. But I came across, there were 2 women, obviously out of frame, and quite far from this child, sleeping in the doorway of one of the archaeological ruins. And one of them was a mother, and she was quite pleased and smiling constantly as I saw this. And I said, this is perfect. The lighting on that child, and you'll see in the next image is even a better representation of how perfect and soft the lighting is and warm on this child's face and skin. But I took several pictures, of course. This one is more of an environmental portrait, so you can see where the child is laying. And this next one is a close-up, and you can just see how peaceful their face is, and their little slippers there with the cute little cartoonish little characters on them. It's just a real nice photograph that I'm completely happy with. The emotion that it conveys is just fabulous. More children walking along this dirt road is traveling from archaeological ruin to archaeological ruin. I heard splashing, and there was 5 or 6 boys just jumping in this water and having a hell of a time. So
all of these images, there's several more that I didn't include, but all of these are like a series that I would put in a series to illustrate the fun and the joy that these boys were having. So that you got this first one, and then the second one here, if you're looking at that, one of the boys is doing a handstand. You see the feet up in the air. Next one is poised for takeoff. He's getting ready to jump in there. His britches are almost about to fall off. The next one is a real nice close-up, frozen water in the air splashing around. It actually conveys a sense of coolness, cooling off, and fun. And the third one, you see one boy. You don't see his face, but you see his body all the way to the right. He's getting ready to do a backflip into the water. The boy right here in the foreground, out of focus, is getting out of the water. One is in mid-jump, the one in the middle ground, and the boy in the water giving me 2 thumbs up for the. They were so animated when they saw me starting to take pictures. They ratcheted it up a notch, man, and they just were jumping and just performing for me. It was fantastic. Now the next image moves into the Siem Reap archaeological ruins, the bridge crossing, and then you've got these figures along the bridge. Fantastic. For an image like this, you really need a wide angle. You also need a wide aperture. I'm sure I was at the maximum for that lens. It's a 15-30, and it was f/22. Came out really nice. It shows the use. There are people there walking along the sidewalk, a motorcycle going by, pretty blue sky. This is exactly how I wanted it. The next image is among the ruins down this outdoor corridor, of course, and just the reds and the verdant greens just captured me. And just a beautiful way to have you look at the orange rocks in the background by containing your eyesight along the walls and being treated to the green vegetation along the way. Now there's following several pictures of the artwork, the engravings at Angkor Wat. It is just the most unbelievable work, chisel work, whatever you want to call it, artwork, a sculpture that I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen work in India that is very beautiful and similar. This rates right up there. It was like 60 or 70 meters long. Some of these walls are 40 meters long, 60, and they are just full of artwork and different. It's not, they're not repetitive. You look at the next image, it's completely different. And the figures, some of the figures are holding spears, and it looks like maybe a battle or a war type of situation, but their faces are different. Looking up above and below, and then into the next one. If you got the females, just everything is so different and so perfect. It is and massive. It is just crazy how massive these images are. And then, of course, the last image is a sunrise. You can see 4 of the towers of Angkor Wat there reflected in the water, and then the blue sky and the sunburst coming through, shooting into the sun early in the morning, which is a endeavor itself, getting up 4:30 in the morning to take a tuk-tuk all the way out to Angkor Wat from Siem Reap from the hotel. It's a full day. It's a full day. But anyway, those are my images. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will wrap up this video momentarily.
Well, that was today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful for you. I am currently coming to you from Sucre in Bolivia. Remember, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Come back often. Keep making great photos, and I will see you on the next video.